Hey guys, how's it going? And I didn't put, the title of this video is going to be, is Tom moving out of California anytime soon? Well, the short answer to the question is no. But I need to explain why I live in California and why I haven't moved out. I've had a lot of friends move out of California. And yes, you're hearing a dog drink water. Like I said, these are interactive videos. So Betty's drinking water. Anyway, I moved to California 36 years ago. I've lived in Laguna Niguel for 28 years. I love where I live. I live in paradise. I'm 8 minutes from the beach on a good day, meaning no traffic on PCH. You know, and I'm an hour and 10 minutes from the mountains and 2 hours from the desert. Why would I want to move? You know, all these people just, oh, California's horrible. They're horrible. It's horrible. That's why I'm moving. And these are people, some of these people are natives. And I'm just like, they're not happy people. And that's the thing. I'm happy. I'm happy with my life. I don't need to improve my life. I don't need to have a fancy life. You know, a lot of people think I have a boring life. That's fine. I might think your life's a little different, and that's fine too, but I'm not going to make a comment about it. But I just find it interesting when people, you know, say, oh, I got to get out of California, it's just horrible. I'm like, well, maybe it is in your city, but, you know, these people that did move, some of them, I had a client that moved that lived in Laguna Niguel, stupidest thing ever, but, you know, they're just not happy people, and that's the thing. I'm happy with Tom. Tom is, you know, improving every day. In California is a part of it because I love where I live. I love the community I live in. I've lived here for 28 years. You know, there are some problems, but it's nothing that you can't deal with. And that's the whole thing. I don't see a reason to move. And, you know, when I was back in Wyoming in 2020, some people thought that I was going to move back there. I'm like, why? Why? You know, at one point I was there for a couple weeks and I thought, you know, oh, maybe I could live here. And then after being there for 2 months and dealing with some of the people that are just backwards and users and all the other stuff, and you know, it was a trying time because I went back there to fix some things, to make the yard look good, to make the house look good, and all this stuff, and you know, to see what we needed to get rid of and sell and all the other stuff. And I worked my butt off to do all that stuff. And then you know, it's the kind of thing, all that stuff was reversed when I left. And I came back to California because I have a business. I had to come back to my clients, and my clients are finally decided that they're going to do some stuff. And, you know, I had a business that I come back to. Would you guys knock it off? You know, and that's why I came back here. I spent an extra month in Wyoming to get things done. And after being there for that long, I just, you know, and I went back in 2023 to do some business because I own property back there. And we ended up leaving early and went to Du Bois because it's just not a place I want to live. It's not a happy place. And where I live here, there's a lot of good people. And I'm not saying there's a lot of bad people in Wyoming, but just in the town that I was born and raised in, it, you know, people get mad. It's not my home. That's not my home. My home is Laguna Niguel. And I think that really upsets people in Wyoming, and that's fine. You know, you've lived this life for this long, for 50, 60 years in Wyoming, and that's great if you've enjoyed it. I don't think you have. I think you've just dealt with it. And that's the whole thing with people moving out of California because of political reasons. That's the only reason, and it's too expensive. They make it too, it's like people, if you live beyond your means, any place is going to be too expensive. And that's what amazes me about people. I can't afford to live in California. Well, you can't live in California now. You can't move back. And that's the whole thing. That's why I didn't ever give up. I wasn't going to give up. I knew the shift was going to take place, and I knew it was going to take place this year and next year and the next 4 years because it's already shifted. It's shifted greatly. And that's why our current governor is freaking out, because he's seeing the changes. And I don't mean to make this political, but when you're moving out of the state because of political reasons, it's just wrong. You're not a happy person to begin with if you're going to allow it to affect you that much that you have to move out of there, move out of here. To me, yeah, I started to have it affect me, but then I knew what God's plan was. I knew what God's exact plan was for Donald Trump. And I don't mean to make this political, but I knew that he wasn't done. And so getting back to as far as California, I just don't see a reason to move. Is it expensive? Yes, it is. It's very expensive. I mean, we're paying, I saw it on a video that was filmed a week ago, and it was, I think it was down south, either Louisiana or Mississippi or something, where the gas prices were $1.79, I want to say, $1.80. And I thought, holy crap. I mean, they're down right around $4 a gallon here in California. I think the Chevron on the corner of Niguel and Crown Valley, I think when I drove by it was $3.99, which is good. But yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. But I think if you can handle that. I mean, I live in paradise. I'm sorry, and I shouldn't be sorry. I'm not sorry. But I feel that I live in paradise. I've lived here for 28 years, and it hasn't gone downhill. The neighborhood's changed. Of course, it's all changed. It's matured, and I like living here. I like the fact I can go to the beach in February when it's raining. I like that. I like having the option. I like being strategically between San Diego and LA. I mean, I'm about the same distance downtown San Diego to downtown LA, and it works perfectly for me. If I want to go to San Diego, if I want to go do something different, go to San Diego for the day, or I can go to LA for the day. Neither one really is exciting to me at this point, but so that's the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it's pricey, but anywhere you go, I mean, to move somewhere else, to have a bigger house, yeah, I don't need it. And, I just like it here. I like it here. My rescue's here. My business is here. A lot of my, I have some friends. I have been eliminating friends. So, and I'm fine with that. I like being alone. I don't have a problem. I'm very secure with being alone, and a lot of people aren't. And that's the key thing, is I like being around my dogs, and I like being alone. So, I have no plans in the future to move out of California. And if I did move out of California, I don't think I would move to all the states that people are moving to. I'd probably move to a state that I felt would be a good state to move, but I wouldn't necessarily move to Wyoming, back to Wyoming, I should say. It's not the kind of state, if I'm going to deal with cold weather, I might as well go to an interesting state that has cold weather along with it. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about as far as me moving out of California, and I hope you enjoyed my content. If you like it, like the video, subscribe, make a comment. I'm all good. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.